I've had this Tesla for about 5 years now, and the other day something terrible happened. I curbed it for the first time. And it's not just a teeny tiny little bit of curb rash, it's really bad. This happened the day before my birthday. We went to Chester Zoo. Yes, I had a lovely time, thanks for asking. However, we couldn't find our Airbnb, so we were going around all these tight country roads. I guess I was looking at signs or whatever, ended up getting a bit too close to the curb as I went around the corner. So this is the curb rash that was created. As you can see, it is rather significant, and it even went as far as to ripping the tyre itself. Now I went to Halfords because I thought I would probably need my tyre replacing, but they said because it's just the outer lining, I can actually just glue that back down. There is no risks there. So I've already gone ahead and glued that little flap back together. That's all sorted, but there is still some hideous curb rash that is very, very noticeable, particularly with my satin black spray that I had done. And to make things even worse, the rear tyre is just the same. Yep, I really made up for not curbing it at all in 5 years and ended up destroying both rims in one move. Now I was going to just take the car to a professional to get fixed, but that probably would have cost about £160. So I thought I should just try and fix it myself for once. So that's what we're doing in this video. Alright, welcome to my garage. We're in here for privacy reasons. Sorry it's a bit cozy, just ignore this fella. Anyway, this is the worst bit of curb rash, and it is currently very, very sharp with little shards of metal all over it, and I've already cut myself on it once. So step one is to just sand it down with some sandpaper. So I'm starting with a low grit of 120. This is the roughest bit, okay? And this will hopefully get the thick of it off. I've never done anything like this before. Potentially it's just going to go absolutely terribly, and if that is the case, I will then pay the £160 for the professional to sort it out. I mean, I've literally been doing it 5 seconds and it's already feeling way smoother, so I think hopefully we'll be okay. And also notice you can't see anything on my zoomed in shot. Oh, I should really watch what I'm doing. Oh, dear me. It's alright, that'll just buff out that. That actually, yeah, it feels way, way smoother. So once that's spray painted, I think already that would be not very noticeable at all. We're going to change to a way less intense grit. This is 1000. So you can see it's much finer. It's already looking way better. I mean, a bit annoyed that I've just literally scratched this nice bit, but it will get spray painted over anyway, hopefully. Quite a big cut was taken from this bit, so I think I am going to have to go just a little bit extra hard down the bottom. Yeah, I'm already happy with that bit. That feels relatively smooth. Do you know what, actually? We're going to get a slightly higher grit. We'll get 800. I'm just going to try and get it from the back a little bit more, because I can feel a bit of a bump still. Yeah, I am happy with that. I think that feels pretty smooth. Now, there's another bit just underneath, so let's sort that out. Look, there it is. Very, very sharp. So we're whacking out Big Daddy, the P120. Here we go. It's amazing how effective this sandpaper is, you know. It's so fast. I thought I'd be on hours sorting this out, and it's actually really, really quick. Like, it is already so much smoother, and it's been about 30 seconds. Yeah, that's looking pretty smooth, so let's use the finer sandpaper now to finish it off. Actually, there is a little bit of a bump there. Let's see if we can sort that out. Yep, that is totally smooth now. Is there more on this tyre? Oh, there is. The angle's getting a bit crazy. Oh, look at that! There's so much of it! It's not all even in frame for you. It literally goes all the way down to here. Wow, I really need to stop just wiping my finger along it. Hey guys. This angle's so intense. Alright, round we go, I guess. I actually can't believe just how much damage was done from one corner. Right, that's feeling much better already. Still a bit of a bump up here. Hello, that's way smoother now, so I think we're nearly just about ready for the next step. But I'm going to quickly go around with the 240 first. So I'm now happy with how smooth everything feels. I think once this is painted black, it should be very unnoticeable. So I just need to give it a little bit of a spray now and just get all the dust of it so that it is clean and ready to be sprayed with the satin black. It needs to be kind of basically completely clean so there's no little bits of dust on it that end up drying onto the wheel. Probably something better I could use than this kitchen roll, let's be honest. So I think my plan, by the way, is to completely finish this first wheel before I do anything with the rear wheel, because I don't want to risk this looking absolutely terrible and having two wheels that need to be fixed by a professional. I'd rather check that I can do a decent job and then work on the rear tyre. We also need to go ahead and take off the carbon fibre wheel cap. So I have the tool for that. I think I just shove it in and pull. It's been a while. I don't quite remember. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it feels scary, but I think that's how you do it. A little bit of rust on the inside there, but I guess that's probably normal now it's getting old. And now, quite a slow step, I just need to put a load of tape everywhere so that we don't get spray on things that we don't want getting spray on things. So effectively, all around the inside of the tyre, like that. Yeah, oh, that's a beautiful job, to be fair. So as you can see, I did not take any chances. I covered as much of the wheel as I thought I should in tape. I also went ahead and stuffed a couple of old tea towels behind the rims to protect the calipers underneath. It's time for the scary bit. Oh no. So this is satin black. I hope it matches. Honestly, no idea if it will. As far as I know, it's already satin black on here, so in theory it should match. The plan is to do quite a few different coats, just very lightly. And I'm going to film this bit with my phone because I don't want to risk the expensive camera getting spray on it. So let's just check how quickly this comes out. Pretty quick. Okay, I really want to do this lightly then. About 20 centimeters away. Shall I just go for it and hope for the best? Yeah, let's just make sure it's definitely stuck down. Yep, we're good. All right. Well, it comes out like a rocket. Jesus Christ. Yep. Oh my God. Yep, sure. I think that's a bit too heavy. Yeah, it's dripping. We've caused chaos. I tried to go like unbelievably light, but the nozzle just shoots it out so fast that made that impossible to do lightly. But we'll probably still be okay if I can just do a bit of damage control with this. Yeah, I can kind of just wipe this off, fortunately. Wow. It looks so much worse on camera than it does in real life. I was looking at it here like, yeah, I've done a pretty good job. Then I look at it on the camera, what's happened here? I think it's just where it needs to kind of dry off a little bit. It'll be fine. All right, we're going to do another light coat down here now. Okay, ready? God, it just, no matter how lightly you press this, it's just like, I don't think I'm going to do anything else to that. I'm going to leave that to dry and then have another go in a bit. Now another light coat on this side. Let's give it a go. Oh, yep. Yeah. Sure. Got a bit too heavy right at the end. Should have just left it. Just wipe the drip. Wipe the drip. It'll all be fine. Right. Well, not sure I nailed that, to be honest. But we'll let it dry, and then we'll give it another coat. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. This side and this side are looking pretty good, but this side where I tried to like give it a wipe with the kitchen roll, it's kind of a bit messy. Don't really want to show you right now. So I'm just going to hope that it magically fixes with this second coat. So here we go. Yeah, that looks okay. That went too heavy. But I'm just gonna not touch it. Okay, now these two, I can't actually see where needs doing, so I think that's a good sign. I'll assume it's along here. Yeah? Shall I leave it like that for now? I think so. Maybe one more. Yeah, there we go. And while that was drying, I went ahead and repeated the process on the rear wheel. I also realised at this point it would have made way more sense if I'd practiced on the rear wheel, seeing as the damage there is far more minimal than the front wheel. Now that the front tyre had had enough time to dry, I carefully removed all of the tape. And it actually wasn't looking too bad. I was expecting things to look way worse. Yeah. This is ridiculous. It's like I'm filming a caving video, but I'm just trying to spray my wheel. There's even less room down this side. But I'm here, guys. And I think this rim is now ready to be sprayed. Ow, what's attacking my back? It's a water pipe. I'm wedged. Oh my god, I'm actually stuck. I'm currently wedged between a Powerwall and a Tesla. Do you think this is the first time this has happened to anyone? I once again protected the calipers with a tea towel, and then I'm just giving things a final little dust. Okay, I'm going for it. Not too heavy, not too close. Hope for the best. About 20 centimeters away. Yep, that's fine. And now down here. Yeah, that looks okay. So obviously this is just coat one. And then out of frame, but I'm doing one at the bottom as well. That was a bit heavy, but we'll be okay. Yeah, okay. I'll do a few more coats of that, and then I think I'm done. Thank God. Right, can I grab you? Come on. Alright, and here we are. So, I let that coat dry, and then I'll be honest, it looked kind of terrible. So, I went ahead and sprayed it again. This time I managed to get a much more even coat, and I didn't make the mistake of trying to wipe it with kitchen roll, which was a terrible idea. Now, this is very much an amateur job, but it cost me a total of £12. £6 for the sandpaper and £6 for the spray. So, let's take a look at things. How does it look? Now, keep in mind how bad all of the scratches were on both tyres at the start of this video. Hopefully they are overlaid right now so they are fresh in your memory. Okay, shall we take a look at the rear tyre first? Wow, nice wheel, Jack. Didn't you scrape it? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I actually can't see where the scrape is. Like, literally, where is it? Oh yeah, there was one right there. So you can kind of still see something, but that is pretty much covered up. And then down here, there was a much sharper scrape. Like, I can still feel it with my finger, but I'll be honest, you can't really see it. So I'm really happy with that. As I said, I should have practiced on that one first because that's where there was less damage. So there was also less opportunity for me to just completely screw it up. Also, my main issue is probably the fact that I thought these wheels were satin black, because that's what was originally said when I made the order. I think they're more of a glossy black. It's pretty shiny. So if we head over to our front tire, no, it's actually quite good. Here it is. And from here, we can't see anything wrong with it. It looks perfect, Jack. Wow, you've done an amazing job. But if you get closer, you see little marks like this one, where you can see that I've put a matte over a gloss. And that is quite a bit more noticeable in areas like this as well, because, you know, I had tape here. This is the original, and then this is the matte. So when zoomed in, that's not ideal. However, when looking at the tyre as a whole, you can't really notice anything, and it's only when you get really close that you see the imperfections. Now, the scrapes were really quite deep, so if I zoom in, you can see that there are still little bumps here. Potentially, I could have sanded for longer and managed to get rid of all of those, but honestly, you don't really notice it. It may even be more noticeable on camera than it is in real life. I did make a lot of mistakes when doing this, and I'm sure people were cringing throughout this video. Like right there, for example, we have a few little scratches, and that's because I sandpapered just erratically rather than just focusing on the areas where there was damage, and all that did was create more work for me because it was more to cover up. Now, is this a job that I would be satisfied if I'd paid for? Absolutely not. It is a very amateur job. However, there's a cobweb on you, sorry guys. For the sake of get away, cobweb. For the sake of £12 compared to 160, it's actually not a bad temporary fix, and it's probably the kind of thing that if I ever go ahead and get the car wrapped a new colour, or I move this wrap, I'd probably book the rims in at the same time and just make sure that everything's lovely and finalised and polished nicely. But for the time being, my curb rash is fixed. I'm happy with that wheel, and that wheel is also looking pretty much fine as well. But there we go. This was absolutely not a tutorial for how to correctly fix curb rash on your car. It was more of a vlog / experiment to see whether I am capable of doing so. And the answer is, yeah, pretty much. It's fine. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Keep wanting to do Tesla videos like this. Oh, also, when I was driving on the way here, the camera was showing a man following me. What's that about? So that's never happened before. But we won't worry about it. We'll ignore it. And I will say thank you very much for watching. I will see you all later.